The site that we had lots of issues. It was a very disappointing build from the get-go because one of the things that we made really clear, obviously we chose a Shopify theme, but we really wanted to have the flexibility to be able to make adjustments. The agency that we worked with to build the previous site basically recoded the whole thing. It looks like the Shopify theme that we chose, but everything required coding to change. We tolerated it for probably 18 months and tried to make good, and then we decided, look, we really need to kind of do a rebuild here. So we weren't just looking for a redesign, we needed to be able to evolve as a business. Speed, flexibility, and just overall performance, and ability to express creatively. The one thing we were really saying to Phil when we were talking about what the feeling we wanted on the site was calm. The reason for that is because kind of the approach we take with jewelry, with selling our jewelry, is to not oversell. So we're all about it's a process of discovery. Yeah. You know, so we invite people into the store. You know, we welcome people into the store and we offer them tea rather than, you know, people walk in and going, "Hi, how are you?" It's just like we offer them tea as a starter, and it's an offer of hospitality. I really feel like Phil and the team got that straight away. It was about, you know, not being afraid of white space, just make it very simple, elegant, calm, clear, so people are able to find, you know, discover essentially what it is that they're looking for from our collections, because we have quite a variation of product. We have like silver, gold vermeil, 9 carat, 14, 18, 24 carat gold. Like, it's quite varied. So if people get on there and it's kind of hectic and there's a lot going on, it can be harder for them to discover. We had a long rap sheet, right, of things that we really wanted. That was quite clear. This is what we want. And the beautiful thing about working with Phil and his team, really honestly, was the communication was really clear from the beginning, you know, and our expectations were in check. We knew we had a limited time. We kept real clarity on the goal and returned to that goal again and again. When you're talking to somebody about developing a website, talking to the developer, you know, is the difference. Phil and Shelley had obviously worked with jewelry before. They came to the table knowing what kind of things idiosyncratic to jewelry. So they kind of, you know, they were kind of ahead of that in a way they were thinking about things in advance for us. Agencies often say this. They say, oh, you know, we're a team. You know, we're in the trenches with you, right? But we actually truly, in that particular, you know, with that build, we actually felt like that was the case. We actually felt like these guys are actually thinking proactively for us. They're looking around corners at issues with respect to what our goals are. You know, we really appreciated that. I feel like between us, we were able to transcend it.
Probably the timeline, you were like, Phil, can we get it launched by, you know, a few weeks before Black Friday? And I'm like, well, I can't guarantee it, but we can try. And then you just kind of had this, I think, realization where you're like, you know what? I just got to trust you guys, and I do. And I think we had come to that trust through those initial meetings, and you were like, you know what? I trust you guys. You can do it.
Yeah. Bespoke was always a part of the offering. So we always invited customers, if they saw a ring or something and they wanted to change the stone, or they wanted to change maybe the, you know, the way it was set, or they had an idea completely of their own, we wanted to be able to offer that. So we always did right from the beginning. And I guess the Birth Charm necklace was a way of leading people into that possibility, but in a structured way. So people get used to the bespoke process, that get used to the idea that they can engage with Temple and have a say in creating something that is unique to them. It's a necklace. You can choose between 1 and 5 birthstones and choose their position on the necklace. Simply go to the product page for that product, and they can select the birthstones that they would like. They appear on the page, and they can see what it is that they'll be ordering. They put that order through. It flows straight through into production. Production receive it. They know exactly what it is that they have to produce. It's like it's a curated bespoke experience. It provides them with a choice to create something unique to them, but without the vagaries of just starting from scratch. So it's like a a footstep forward into engaging with Temple Bespoke.
You know, you also have to think about the customizability on the front end, the back end.
Yeah, Temple's in the detail.
Exactly. And then, you know, balancing that with the usability, both for the customer on the front end and then the e-commerce team on the back end as well. So, I mean, it was quite fun doing, like, you know, having the whole team involved. We had the product team, the production team, the warehouse team we had to think about, and the way that it flows into the inventory management, because all of those little bits had to play a part in it. And just work kind of seamlessly for the customer as well. And so, I mean, I remember we looked at some of the apps that were available on the platforms, and they were very off-brand and clunky. You know, they had a lot of jiggling and a lot of just like different effects, and it just wasn't quite right. So we thought, okay, let's build something custom into the theme.
That's the crux of it, is being able to interpret something that is really simple, sounds simple enough, right? But when you get into the nitty-gritty, how that works will affect ultimately whether it works at all or not. So yeah, the result we've got is great, and we sold quite a few of those in advance of Mother's Day. Actually, it was really good. We've got a nice, solid, clear, elegant base from which to build out, and that's what we wanted.